Hi everyone, I'm Raphael Doukhan, one of the Web3 software engineer at Revelator, a company where we are building digital assets for the music industry. And I'm also part of Cosmic Roses, artist collective based in Tel Aviv. By the way, tomorrow we organize the after party of the after session, so I hope to see you there. And a few weeks ago we launched Rosis Lab, a lab where we are working on on-chain music tools for the music industry. It's not working, but no. It's working. Thanks. Okay, so many startups in the music space, you know, they are working on the distribution part and the publishing part. And where I'm working at Revelator, it's exactly what we are doing. And I think it's great, you know, they are changing the industry. But so they are creating like music as token, you know. But today I'm gonna talk about music as a program, as a KO program in my case. And you know, today a song is a finite object. It's an object that each time that you are listening to a song, it's exactly the same, okay? Of course, you can have different version of the song. You can have the club edit, the cover, the remix, of course. But at the end of the day, it's the same, you know, each time that you are listening to a song, it's the same one. But why we don't have an object composed of constants and variables? The constants, for example, can be like the structure of the song, you know, the melody theme, etc. And the variables can be like the BPM, the tension profile, the key, you know. So I said, okay, we can make music on chain to make like generative music. So the song lives beyond the creator and beyond the creator. So before to talk about on-chain music, you have to make the distinction between audio and MIDI. An audio file is a format like .mp3, .wave that capture the actual song. And MIDI is a format where you capture a bunch of events, okay, about the song. And what is amazing with MIDI is that we can represent it as a JSON object. So here, for example, you have a note event with different details about the song, like the duration ticks, the pitch, the ticks, so at which time is it in your song, and the velocity. And this is just one example, but MIDI can capture much more events, okay? So to represent music on chain, I said, okay, let's first try to represent a JSON object on chain. So I did a JavaScript script that take a JSON object and generate from this JSON object a Cairo smart contract. And in the first part of this Cairo smart contract here is a bunch of nested structs, okay, that represent the interface of my JSON. And the second part is a retrieve object that will just build up from the struct from the bottom up and return my object. And with that, we can like just represent any kind of JSON object on chain. So we can represent MIDI, but we can also represent like 3D objects or even machine learning models. And then when I finish to represent music on chain, I say, okay, let's maybe add some variables because I want that a song is not a finite object, but an object with variables. So here, users can interact with the smart contract and do some MIDI manipulation. So for example, the tempo, the duration, the transposition of the pitch, and the velocity. So what are the use cases with that? But no, before let's listen to it. This is the original song. And then after on-chain MIDI manipulation. And this like this MIDI manipulation was done on chain, of course. What are the application that we can have? Of course, we can think like about a composer, you know, that composes a song for their fan base, and their fan base that owns some utility tokens and some NFTs can have more personalized music, you know. So the music lives beyond the creator. But one of the most exciting field is for on-chain music, for on-chain games. I don't know if you know Casey Westcott, a developer and an amazing musician in the Starknet ecosystem. And he's working on the music for the Realms game, the music background of the Realms game. And he used what I did just to represent music, the music of this video game on chain. And what is interesting with that is that the music of this video game change with the action that you are doing in the game and the NFTs, and so the skins of the creator, you know, of the character. Sorry. So the music evolves, you know, in the game. So yeah, I think with that we can just create a new era of music where the music is not a finite object anymore, but just lives beyond the creator and beyond the creation. Thank you. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. Sure. So it's really important to understand that we don't render the song on chain, of course. What we store on chain is the data structure, okay, and so the MIDI, the bunch of events in my MIDI file, and then we retrieve in this smart contract, we retrieve the object. So the JSON MIDI representation, the MIDI JSON representation. And then we can use it in Ableton or in any kind of, exactly. So you can, so we take the information on chain, we can do some MIDI manipulation on chain, and then we render it off chain in your video game or in your Ableton, Logic Pro, and exactly. Voilà. Any other questions? Thank you.